Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Dr K Sharif and my student ID is 24B0805.
My name is Nohanisa binti Madnor and my student ID is 24B1005, and today we will talk about the differences and similarities of micro and macroeconomics.
First of all, I am going to explain about the definition of microeconomics. The term micro is derived from the Greek word micros, meaning small. It also focuses on supply and demand and other forces that determine the price level seen in the economy. Microeconomics also deals with the different factors of production such as land, labor, capital, and organization. The objective of microeconomics is indeed it focuses on the behavior of individual economic actors such as consumer and firms and how they interact within various institutional frameworks, as this involves the rules, regulation, and the usual shape of the economic environment by influencing how actors behave and interact. For example, individual actors include consumers who seek to maximize their utility and firms that aim to maximize profit. Meanwhile, the behavior of actors are consumers make choices based on preference and constraint, while firms make decisions regarding production, pricing, and resources allocation. Next, the importance of microeconomics. The importance of microeconomics is to have better understanding that can lead to better outcome for oneself. It analyzes into how different institutional frameworks impact efficiency and social welfare by analyzing various market structures and policy intervention. From that, we can identify inefficiency and to be able in understanding the way in which market will make work better for themselves. Other than that, we can understand the assumptions behind the changes like rational behavior, market competitiveness, and the lack of informational balance. The goal is often to enhance the social welfare, which requires careful consideration of both economic and political factors.
The next one is the overview of the macroeconomics. So macroeconomics studies the overall performance and behavior of economies at regional, national, and also the global levels, that contrast with microeconomics, which focus on individual markets and decisions. Next is the importance of the macroeconomics. So macroeconomics helps us understand and manage the economy by analyzing key factors like total income, output, and employment. It aims to foster economic growth and stability, guiding policies to address issues like unemployment and inflation. Next is the key problems of the macroeconomics. The first one is inflation and unemployment. Inflation is the rise in prices over time, reducing the purchasing power of money. It can lead to uncertainty for businesses and consumers and is often managed by adjusting interest rates. Meanwhile, high unemployment indicates that many people cannot find jobs, leading to financial struggles and increased inequality. The second key problem is business cycle impact. Macroeconomics problems influence the business cycle, which includes fluctuation in economic activity. For instance, high inflation can reduce consumer spending, while high unemployment can hinder economic growth, leading to cycles of expansion and recession. Moving on to the reason for the division of micro and macroeconomics. So before the 1930s, economics was a unified field focusing on how societies manage production, distribution, and consumption. Early economists like Adam Smith introduced key concepts such as the invisible hand, which highlighted how individual self-interest can benefit society. From Smith's The Wealth of Nations in 1776 until the Great Depression, economics operated under the belief that markets tend toward equilibrium, assuming they would stabilize after disruptions. However, the Great Depression challenged these views, revealing that the classical belief in stable markets was flawed. This crisis led to the emergence of macroeconomics as a distinct field, largely thanks to John Maynard Keynes. His work, particularly the General Theory of Employment, Interest, and Money, which was written in 1936, shifted the focus from individual market to the overall economic, emphasizing aggregate variables like employment and output. This marked the beginning of modern macroeconomic thought.
Next is the main difference between microeconomic and macroeconomic. First of all, the difference of scope and focus. Microeconomics on the behavior of individual economic units such as households, firms, and industries. Whereas microeconomics deals with the economy as a whole. Secondly, the areas of study. Microeconomics focus on how individuals make choices based on preference and budget constraints. Study and how firms decide on output level and pricing, and how supply and demand determine prices in individual markets. Microeconomics focus on gross domestic product, which also known as GDP, the total value of goods and services produced in a country, such as the inflation, unemployment, and fiscal and monetary policy. Thirdly, the difference between the economic agents. Microeconomics focus on individual economic agents such as consumers, workers, and firms. It explores how these agents interact in specific markets and how they respond to changes in price and policy. Microeconomics deal with broader economic agents like government and central banks and international organizations. Next, the decision-making level. Microeconomics concerned with the decision-making at the individual or firm level, whereas microeconomics involve decision-making at the national or global level. Next, moving on, the similarities between microeconomics and macroeconomics. Firstly, fundamental economic principles. Both microeconomics and macroeconomics are built upon the same core principle of economics. For example, in scarcity, both fields analyze how resources, which are limited, are allocated to meet the unlimited wants and needs of individuals or societies. Secondly, the role of market. Both micro and macroeconomics study the functioning and how prices are determined, although the scope varies. In microeconomics, it focuses on the individual market for goods and services, while macroeconomics examines the overall market system and how national and international market interact. And lastly, the similarities between the decision-making and behavior. Microeconomics and macroeconomics both involve the study of decision-making, whether at the individual, firm, or government level.
In conclusion, despite the differences in methodologies between microeconomics and macroeconomics, both still play key roles in creating a successful organization.
And by integrating insight from both microeconomics and macroeconomics, policymakers and analysts can gain a more comprehensive understanding of economic dynamics and craft more effective strategies to foster economic stability and growth. That's all from us. Thank you for watching.